Episode 19. This sleeping individual has some interesting things to say. Daytime now. I took a long enough break for it to become daytime. Normal people would call that sleeping. I've put minions on timeout for making too much noise or taking up too much screen time. I'm pretty sure there are minions that are less obtrusive, but I don't have them yet. Actually, I suppose that's something that I can spend my money on. We'll do that next time when we're in town. Conditions are cloudy, not the favored weather for recording. I understand games like these kind of live and die off of a naturally changing world, but it's always a kind of pain in the ass getting the weather that you want for recording. Although, I suppose there are certain charms to gray weather like this. They help make the normal weather stand out, or the clearer weather stand out as more beautiful. And even on their own, there's something natural about this. Ah, there you are, Koumori. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Orson. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orson near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalcha caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let us say I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Koumori. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Go and take a look inside, would you? You just want us to walk into the hostile enemy camp. Well, he knows what he's talking about, I guess. I'm sure we can sneak our way past. We're tiny, and they're enormous. I can't believe that actually worked. Thancred, you could learn a thing or two from us about sneaking around. Oh, wait, actually. No. It's because I'm level 32. Enemies with the red sigil here will aggro on you automatically, but they know to keep their distance if they're well below your level. I'm not used to story quests being, outside of your current level range. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. This lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nalthal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray take this to the inn at Camp Tribone. Let us see what Sister Orson makes of it. Begin. I was just talking about that inn last time. Wondering if any side quests take you there. But the main quest takes you there. Rose Dreams. Another thaumaturge. Perhaps on the main quest like me. Level 30 seems about right, adjusting for a double experience. That's the exact kind of behavior that I had, jumping straight into the hole without any regard for the pathways in and out, back when I was playing on my main character during the main quest. Now I'm at least a little bit more civilized. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just fun playing this way for me. I didn't even realize I was warming the bed for her. Now let us see what Sister Orson makes of this leaflet. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the order, of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago, the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? Who would do such a thing? The plot thickens, Koumori. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend the credence to his deception. There is no doubt in irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. Posing as a priest, to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Koumori. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair yet, just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Koumori and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell, the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Koumori. So as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments that Isambard lent us, and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Shouldn't be too hard, Koumori. That's what you were doing the first time you arrived in Ul'dah. Just begging around for side quests. Lot of dead bodies in this camp. Shepherd's tunic, weathered shepherd's socks. This is perhaps a bit more natural, but I don't hate this look. Perhaps not as poor as we're meant to look, but we'll go on with this. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone, and see to it you don't make a nuisance for yourself. About this hat. No, that's no longer a beggar. That's an artist? Well, I guess we could pull off a starving artist look. Yeah, let's go with that. I preach the teachings of Azema, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azema is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till end of their days. Greetings, good madam. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should join your fellows out at the pond, north of Sandgate. This rod and the necklace, the gold choker, they actually make me seem much more wealthy than I should for this mission. Well, it's fine. It must be the hat. Despite all the other things that make me look more wealthy than I am, the hat makes me look like a starving artist. What is it? God's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Koumori. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sangate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. It really is muddy. Looking good, Thancred. A fine day for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Koumori. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live, no way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Naldal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance. You would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Please, don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. But very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar. Raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm, and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew. And so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanoa mines. For this I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people. So I posed as a priest, to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. That's good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes, and not see a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want someone to blame for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. Whoa, not you again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flame's patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear. At this stage I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter, there'll be enough time to learn the truth. Ugh. Koumori, be a dear and take word of these developments to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. I think Koumori is in awe of Thancred's bullying tactics. It was some grade A holier-than-thou bullying he was laying down on Ungoost. Now more than ever, I think Koumori thinks she has more to learn about her own craft. And maybe the Scions are people worth listening to. Or rather, we have these. There we go. And for the first time, returning to the Waking Sands. Let's fix our outfit. Oh, that's the visor. Were these guys here before? I'm sure they were. Let's see if anyone has anything new to say. No, that's the same. Seems like everyone is still in their positions. We'll come back later. I want to pay particular attention to the movement of NPCs within this building. And in general, any movement of the NPCs related to the signs of the Seventh Dawn. That's a large reason for why I'm replaying these, I think. We're not allowed to jump on. Welcome back, Koumori. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken. And none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Still level 19 quest. Level 18 weapon. I suppose we can get a gladiator weapon. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, 'Bubbly-Pots, 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 ' Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke and the way will become clear. Interesting. I believe by the time that I played this on my main character some years ago, if I'm remembering correctly, this was still just a side quest with Mutamix learning how to do what he's about to teach us. It seems that they integrated it into the main quest, perhaps because it's a necessary feature for anyone playing later on in the game. Well, necessary for high-end content anyway. I know that the quests of A Realm Reborn were actually greatly overhauled. Not just the beginning quests in the starting city-states, but the entire quest lines in general. Number of quests were removed, some moved to side quests, and even most of the quests pared down to have fewer steps than they did originally. I don't know if that means cutting out people to talk to or moving NPCs around. But what we're playing with now, it seems pretty straightforward. This is the wrong way. We could grab that 8th right while we're here, but I don't want to go into an area that I'm not directed to yet as part of the main quest. Seems there are still side quests here tied to unlocking features. Materia extraction, not necessary, but we'll take it. What would you say if I told you that inanimate objects can possess a soul? They can, believe it or not, although the soul in question is not their own, but that of their owner. Do faithful service, the arms and armor that we use come to hold our own spiritual energy. Thus do we form a spirit bond with them. This spiritual energy can be drawn out and converted into materia, a special kind of crystal that can be attached to gear to enhance its properties. I am well versed in the ways of materia extraction. If you wish to learn more about the process, it would be my pleasure to teach you. You're ready to commence your learning? Good. As you will have gathered by now, materia is the crystallized form of one's spiritual energy. As this energy is derived from an individual's psyche, a volatile beast at the best of times, a degree of variance is to be expected in its production. In practice, this means that you won't know the exact properties of a stone until you cradle it in your hand. Now, the materia won't grant you much of anything on its own. Its power must be tapped to see, and this is achieved by melding it to gear. Know, though, that this takes deft hands of a craftsman to meld materia. You can always seek others to attach materia on your behalf. But if you would sooner do it yourself, I recommend you speak with Phobos. Melding is her field of expertise. When Spirit Bond is 100, extract materia from gear. You get Spirit Bond by, I guess, getting experience and doing other things. It happens on its own. When can we take this? Her. Crafters. We won't be taking this. Who is Uplander? Come to Tent Wing of Mutamix Bubbly Pots. A nice smelling hilt. What? Because Minfilia's hand has some kind of fragrance? Whitey Tool drinks an airy self. When full of airy self, Whitey Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of materia. If materia join with other Whitey Tool, then Big Eyes, Whitey Tool gains power of airy self. Shka. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings Whitey Tool to Mutamix, yes? Whitey Tool is unstrong as Eating Tool. Make good TT show of power of materia. Goblins are quite large compared to Lalafell, I'm realizing. The Materia Master. Now eyes of Uplander point at Whitey Tool, yes? Materia join with Whitey Tool. Whitey Tool gains power of materia. Whitey Tool Reborn. Here, Uplander take Whitey Tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents of a piece of equipment and crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours, from somewhat as would a struggle to cut steak, into a weapon worth yielding. Shka. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia. Then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learny ones of Mutamix. So we're unable to meld, are we? There's no option here, even though there are materia slots. Although I guess we'd need materia in our inventory first. I can see why this would have been a pain without the Aetheryte tickets. Only the night sky could always be this clear. Seems like we're ready for another quest. Hail there, adventurer. I'm Nedrick Ironheart, an explorer by trade and a scion by allegiance. And you, my friend, look to me an adventurer in need of a challenge. I happen to know the place I will offer it to you. Tucked away in a corner of eastern Thanalan lies Halatali, and it is there that you will find all the excitement you crave. The place boasts a storied history. It was built some 100 years ago as a training ground for gladiators. The calamity laid ruin to it, though, as it did most things. Now Halatali is a shadow of its former self. But in the dark of that shadow lurk wild beasts, both bloodthirsty and beyond count. For one such as yourself, I dare say there is no place finer than Halatali to test your skill and refine your technique. Indeed, I've taken the liberty of passing your name along to the Flames, who oversee the place. Should you visit, speak with one Fafajoni near the entryway. I'm wondering why that quest only appeared from him now. It seemed like we should have been that level already when we first talked to him. Although, yes, maybe we needed to become a scion first before he could give us that line of dialogue regarding the scions. Kind of strange, but unimportant. I think we'll hide those side quests for the side dungeons for now. If we need to level up another character, we'll probably take those on. Where is my actual quest log? I must be blind. I'm blind. Everyone in their same position. It was only one quest, of course they wouldn't have moved by now. Welcome back, Koumori. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. What a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Koumori, so make it your ally. Now, it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Please speak to me when you are ready to begin. Materia really is only useful for high-end content, I think. The gear that you get throughout the main quest or otherwise is pretty much already ready for whatever content you're taking on at level. I've certainly never had to meld materia into gear unless I was feeling extra wealthy. Level 20 now, and I see we're dealing with something fearsome. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungust, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungust attend as planned. And, as the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Koumori. Thancred is presently attending to another matter. He will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me tell you to save someone for him. Oh, save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone, and report to the Flame Sergeant regarding leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Before we deal with this so-called Lord of the Inferno, it would be a good idea to take a break.